Coach, you've coached for many years at many different levels of hockey, and I'm sure you've been involved in games like this on both sides of the outcome. Maybe share your thoughts after that one.
Well, it was an interesting game. We the first period was pretty even. We probably could have been up in that first period. Their young goaltender played very well, kept them in the game at 0-0. And then the second period, just both teams are going at it back and forth. And we got down and then we battled back to get the lead, and had a couple unfortunate mishaps with a broken stick. But you know what? It's when a team's got its back against the wall. There's no pressure on them, right? Because they're just playing. And I think our guys are feeling a little bit of pressure right now. But give our guys credit for battling back. We had some great looks in overtime. We probably put the game away, and McIver made some big saves. So that's hockey. You got to move on, and you got to have a short-term memory and get ready for Sunday.
Luca, you've played in a conference final before. In fact, you've played in a Game 7 before. Is the push North Bay's giving you guys, is it at all surprising, or were you guys prepared for this?
No, yeah. We were expecting this from the start, and, when we went up 3-0, we know they were going to have a pushback, and, we're going to learn from these losses, and we're going to take it to North Bay in Game 6.
Jack?
You have a young group out there without Buckley and Punnett in the lineup, and the way that third period went, the emotions can go up and down. How do you keep it even keel on the bench and try and keep guys tuned in and not get too high or too low in those moments?
Well, the part of the game is there's going to be a lot of highs and lows in the game, right? There's a lot of emotions in the building, and a lot of emotions. Every play, everybody's living every play, right? Especially when the game's 4-4 in the third, going into overtime. And we had some great looks in overtime, and you don't score, your emotions are high. And I thought we had a really good push in the first overtime, and I thought North Bay had a really good push in the second overtime. And that's what usually happens sometime. And they caught us on a play where one of our players made a mistake down ice and didn't get the puck in deep, which is part of our game plan, our structure. And they made a great play. Nelson's a hell of a player. He's a great mobile defenseman, and he took a high cycle puck to the net and ended the game. Right, that's part of it. So it's quite a series. It's a lot of emotions in the series right now, and there's a lot of battle. And did we expect this to go 4 games? No, but it's going 6, and we got to go back in their building. And it's hard because the kids are when you lose a game, these are junior hockey kids. They're 16 to 20. You got to pick them back off the ground, and that's where that experience comes in. And that's where we might lack a little bit, because North Bay's been through the conference finals twice already, and so they're probably reflecting back on their experience a little bit and going through that. So for us, we don't have that luxury. We have to learn our experiences from each game, wins or losses in the series.
Talk about that experience. You had a third line tonight with 2 16-year-olds and a 19-year-old, and Tristan DeLille and Owen Griffin with Luke Torrance. But you seem to put a lot of faith in them, and Owen Griffin made a great play to Luke Torrance, and they seem to be stepping up to that task.
Yeah, they're 16-year-old kids playing in junior hockey, and it's what our league's all about, is development. And unfortunately, we don't have the depth that North Bay has for that age bracket. And but these kids are playing. They've done a great job. I can't ask any more of them. I thought Tristan DeLille did a great job coming into. He hasn't played much in the rounds, of the first 2 rounds, and he's in such great physical shape for a 16-year-old that he can just step in and play. And then we're asking, Harrison Franson to step up and play at 17 too. So good for these guys, and it's going to make us better going into Game 6 on Sunday.
Luca, with the defense, the way it's structured right now with Connor Punnett out of the lineup, you guys are eating a lot of minutes as you go deeper into the game. How do you keep that drive going and keep that mental fatigue from setting in?
I think we just got to keep our shifts short. It's huge. Can't stay out there long, and if we keep our shifts short and get pucks in and stuff like that, get pucks out of our zone, we'll be good.
Coach, 3 of your 4 goals tonight were from the back end. Can you speak to the defensemen chipping in, including Rodriguez with his first goal, stepping in for Punnett in that role? Not an easy spot to do. So can you talk about getting the production from your back end and some players that you wouldn't expect on the lineup to get some goals?
Yeah, it's nice to get goals from your back end. Look at Nelson scored the game winner for North Bay. But at the end of the day, our best players have to be our best players. And I didn't really think our best players were good tonight. I thought they were just okay. They weren't dominant. Saw Romani score a couple goals for North Bay early. So our best players have to rise to the crop here. I thought some of our guys got paralysis by analysis. Just the game got a little bit too tough for them, and we made some mistakes. But that being said, at the end of the day, we got to make sure that our forwards start to contribute a little bit more and bury their chances around the net. And again, from the back end, we're trying to get pucks to the net, and one of them was a power play goal. So if we can continue to get that production and get our forward scoring, then it'll be much better for us.
For Luca, 80-plus minutes tonight, going to double overtime. You guys put 14 shots on them in the first overtime. You had a lot of good looks there. When the game continues to go that deep and you're playing every other shift, it seems like, how do you kind of continue to go through the motions and have enough energy to continue on when the game gets longer and obviously the stakes at the highest?
Well, I think we just, like I said in the last question, we just got to keep our shift short and, get pucks to the net and stuff like that. And I thought we did a good job tonight. We rolled like 5D, so most of the time. So I thought we did a good job, and we just got to keep doing that in Game 6.